I feel like the lighting is unbelievably terrible, but get ready with me, except I'm already pretty much ready for the day. Just need to do my hair. But this is the last study abroad vlog from me, and since I've been back in the UK now for a little while after finishing up my exchange year in Seoul, I thought I would just share with you guys some of my reflections, I think like pieces of knowledge that I've gained, advice, things I wish I could have told myself before I went there, and just general tips and guidance for anyone that's looking to study abroad next year. Starting with the main question, I think would be, what was your favorite moment from your exchange year? And I think this one is really hard to like pick a singular moment, because there were so many new experiences that I had that I just could never have had whilst being out. I really wanted to say one of my highlights was actually going to Taiwan, which wasn't in Korea, but it was a trip that I did with people that I met in Korea, so friends that I'd made on exchange. Taiwan's relatively close to Korea, so it's only a couple of hours away. Relatively last minute trip that was organized, and it was just pure fun, good vibes, good food, and yeah, definitely like just these sort of like YOLO, live your life sort of opportunities that you can kind of get away with on your exchange year, because you do have a little bit more flexibility. You're in a different part of the world, there's way more different places that you can visit that you might not be able to go to normally. Definitely sort of these like extra trips. Like I did another trip in Busan, for those of you that don't know, is like the second largest city right at the bottom, and it's a beach city, so it's super beautiful. That was an amazing trip that I also did with friends as well. Very wholesome, good vibes. Yeah, in terms of more of the things I did in Korea, definitely like just connecting with both exchange students and also the local Korean students, really just getting involved in kind of activities, and I guess like the uni life that they have and the student life that they have in Korea, which does differ a little bit to the UK uni life. Like it's not crazy different, but a little bit different. A lot of good meals out, wholesome big meals like barbecues that we can all do together. Going to Nyree, which is just Korean karaoke places which are everywhere in Seoul. Super fun. A lot of these like 24-hour arcades, game places, table tennis, just these really simple wholesome activities that you can literally do any day at any time. And kind of being in a space, in an area, not that you don't have this in London, because generally speaking a lot of your friends will be in the vicinity, but in London you get a lot more like commuting, or people live in different areas of London. When I was studying in Seoul, most of my friends on exchange were all in the same vicinity as we lived around the uni area, so it was super easy to meet up and just do a lot of these like really fun kind of rogue last minute plans. And I think that was definitely an aspect of my study abroad that I really enjoyed. So the next question I wanted to ask myself was, what do I think was like my biggest takeaway, or maybe my biggest learning point or piece of learning that I gained or got on my year abroad? So for me, I would definitely say living in the moment. Living in the moment, putting yourself out there and trying new things. I know that's like 3 things, but I'm putting them all into one thing. I was definitely like terrified when I first arrived, because I literally did not know like any Korean, and I've never really been to a country, at least for an extended period of time, where I just did not know what was going on. I couldn't follow anything. I mean, coming out this year, I'm still pretty rubbish at Korean, but I can read and I can do, you know, essentials like counting, ordering food, getting around, knowing my way around the city and places. So there was an improvement from the start of the year. Just definitely kind of not being afraid to learn, not being afraid to be wrong and make mistakes, because at the end of the day you're gonna make mistakes, because this is not your birth country. You did not live here your whole life. Things are different, and you will get used to it and you will adapt. And I almost was feeling like a local by the end of the year. I knew my way around everything. I knew how to get by. I knew how everything worked. You will learn. And so just do not worry at the start of the year if you're like, oh my god, what's going on? You might even at the start of the year regret your choices for coming to a certain place, or like making a certain choice, but trust me, literally like one of the biggest things I think for me, and literally most of the other people that I know from UCL that went on exchange have told me that their exchange year has been the best year of uni so far. I have to agree as well. Like there's just so much out there for you to do. And I guess like a key side takeaway, which take with a pinch of salt, but like I still preach, don't prioritize your studies. I know it's called study abroad, and still study and still get decent grades. Like I got decent grades. Like my GPA it's not super bad, and I mean my GPA doesn't count towards my final grade at UCL anyway, but just don't put all your energy into work the same way that you might do when you're at UCL, because obviously not for everyone, but at least for me it was pass fail, so my grade isn't even being, you know, it's not being put forward for my final degree. But it's just like, study because education is important, but don't study in a way that you're not taking maximum opportunity of the things that are out there in this new country that you're in. Do your work, do your homework, but don't go overboard, because it's just not worth it. I did do do that a little bit in first semester because, you know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like to push myself. I like to do difficult classes. But by term 2, I realized it just really wasn't worth it. And so in term 2, I still tried, you know, a little bit, but nowhere near to the amount that I did my first semester. And, you know, it just really gave me the freedom and flexibility to just create so many amazing memories, so many great experiences. Don't just put your education completely on the back burners. You know, put it in a little bit. You know, you can just lock in for midterms, lock in for finals. Just don't put that pressure on it because it's not worth it at all. There's so many good things for you to experience on your year abroad. I feel like I just want to do some like general feedback and advice as well from my time in Seoul, which might be applicable as well to maybe other places like Japan and other places in Southeast Asia, because I know obviously there'll be people out there that are not going to go to Seoul, but you should. I recommend it. The exchange program that they have in SNU is amazing. So good for helping you make friends because you get to meet Korean students, you get to meet exchange students, and there's so many activities that are arranged throughout the year, you know, to keep you occupied. You know, like you don't have to worry about, oh my god, I have to make all the plans myself, I don't know what to do. They find all the good, important, touristy things for you to do in your exchange so that you are covering kind of all the big cultural things. And the best thing as well is that you have a big group of people to do it with. They like group you up into groups of buddies and you get to do all this stuff together. So it's like big touristy things, but also things like just getting dinners together, trying out new spots. I just think it's such a lovely kind of program to have at a uni that really kind of takes care of its exchange students and makes sure that they have a great time. I will preach and say go to Seoul, come to Seoul National University, go to SNU, because as an exchange student the experience is amazing. And I genuinely, like, obviously I haven't been to exchange in other places, but I just genuinely think that it is probably one of the best exchange student experiences that I think you can have out there. There's just so much to do. If you want to take anything away from this video, if you're going abroad in September, firstly I will say good on you. You made the right decision to go abroad. It's so worth it. That not even a year out, but this sort of year out from your home uni, so worth it. Do it. But if you're still considering, so maybe you've just finished your first year and you're considering applying for an exchange program and you're not sure, I really just say firstly apply. Don't just not apply. Give yourself the choice to go firstly. So definitely apply. Think about what you want to get out of your exchange year and potentially maybe what countries. I definitely would say country more over the uni is something to think about. Think about the country you're going to more than the university. Don't be as fixated on unis, because even if you maybe don't get your like top choice uni in a specific country, still aim to go to that country. I think the country makes a bigger difference than the uni. Just apply, definitely apply, and then obviously once you get that offer, personally I would say yes, take that opportunity. Promise you won't regret. Words coming from somebody who has just finished their year abroad. And my tips would be go to Asia, because loads of countries in Asia are like close to other countries, so you can travel to lots of countries. That's what I know a lot of people in Singapore do, because Singapore is so well connected to like so many other places in the world, particularly in Asia. So that would be another recommendation if you want somewhere maybe that has more English speaking, you don't want to test your language skills. But yeah, just generally like final takeaway from me is this is such a good opportunity, such a great year for you to grow as a person. I feel like I've gained so much confidence and just developed my identity, know who I am a lot more, what I like to do, where I want to be in life. It really just opens your eyes to so many things and so much that you can do that you may not be able to do at home. This will be the last that you see of me, guys, from my vlogs. I really hope that you enjoyed the content that you've seen over the last year or so, and that it's maybe persuaded you to go abroad, go on an exchange program. But yeah, this will be the last vlog from me. Hopefully you have enjoyed watching and living through my exchange journey with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.